Sometimes the best studio is simply the edge of the world, the place where the land softens into sand and the rhythm of the ocean becomes the metronome for the day. I like to arrive slowly, walking along the shore, feeling the wind, noticing the light as it changes across the water. Before the paint ever touches the panel, the work has already begun. Painting outdoors, what artists call plein air, is a conversation with nature. You're not trying to control the scene, you're listening to it. The light moves, the tide shifts, the colours of the sky change from one minute to the next. And all you can do is try to catch a small piece of that moment before it disappears. There's something very honest about painting this way. There's no perfect studio conditions. There's no ability to pause the wind or stop the waves. There's just the palette knife, the paint, the sound of the ocean, and whatever the day decides to offer. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes the wind carries the scent of salt and wildflowers from the bluffs above the beach. Sometimes the clouds roll in and change the entire colour palette in a matter of minutes. But that's the beauty of it. You're not trying to paint a photograph. You're painting the feeling of being there. The warmth of the sun, the cool air off the water, the rhythm of waves moving in and out of the shoreline. A small painting like this becomes a kind of memory, a record of a morning spent outside, standing in the wind with paint on your hands, trying to translate a living landscape into colour and texture. And when the painting is finished, the day keeps going. The tide continues its slow conversation with the shore. The light moves further down the coastline. And the artist packs up the easel and the brushes and the palette knives rinsed in the sea air. A small panel of wet paint in hand. A little piece of the morning carried home. And tomorrow, the coast will look different again, which is exactly why we keep coming back. Because nature never repeats itself. The same stretch of coastline that felt soft and quiet this morning will be wild and wind-blown tomorrow. The light might arrive silver and cool one day, and golden and warm the next day. Even the colour of the water changes from hour to hour. Deep blues, soft greens, pale reflections of the sky. To paint outside is to accept that nothing holds still. And somehow, that's what makes it so peaceful. There's no need to chase perfection out here. The painting simply becomes a response to the moment, a gesture, a translation, and a small offering back to the landscape that inspired it. And when you step away, and when the palette knives are packed and the paint is still wet on the panel, the day feels different somehow. Slower, quieter, and more present. Because time spent in nature always has a way of resetting everything. The ocean keeps breathing in and out, the wind moves across the grasses, and the shorebirds drift overhead, tracing slow circles above the shoreline. And you remember that art doesn't always come from grand ideas or perfect plans. Sometimes it comes from just showing up, standing in the wind, watching the light, letting the landscape speak first, and then responding one stroke at a time. These little plein air paintings become little field notes from those moments, fragments of a morning, echoes of the tide, a memory of colour and light and air. And long after the day has ended, after the sand has been brushed from your shoes, that moment by the sea is still there, quietly held in the surface of the painting. A reminder that sometimes the most beautiful studio is just the world itself, and that the best paintings often begin with nothing more than a walk along the shore.